What's up YouTube? This is Tom, aka Cronvic Fanboy. Today we're gonna play an RTS game. This is called Steel Division Normandy 44. It is developed by Eugen Systems, which is the same developer for RUSE and Wargame series. So gameplay is similar to Wargame, but with slightly different. The battle or each match is being split into 3 phases. So phase A will be combat recon, where you can only deploy recon troops to recon your battlefield. Phase B is just skirmish phase. I think this is where you seek enemy and attempt to destroy them, and phase C is like full-on assault where you just throw all of your units into the meat grinder. So far there's only 3 battle groups available on each side, both on Allies and Axis. So I've created a few, so let's take a look. So first we got the British 15th Infantry. For recon you got the Recce that comes with the Bren carrier, or it comes into armored car, or even the Willys Jeep. Then you got armored vehicle. I chose took a group of recon infantry. Then in later phase I will use the recon vehicle to catch up with the armored column. For infantry, I am choosing infantry with anti-tank capabilities. Here we got the rifle leader. They are equipped with the Piat anti-tank weapon. And how do you know if an infantry unit is capable of destroying armor? You see this yellow circle with an arrow going through what it looks like an armored. That's the icon for anti-tank. That's an indicator that indicates this unit has a dedicated anti-tank weapon. Then we come to tanks. Of course we're gonna use the heaviest armor available. We got the Churchill 6 and the Churchill Mark 4. Churchill Mark 6 and the Mark 4. I prefer the Mark 4 version with the 57mm gun because it seems to have a higher penetration value, which represents here in the game. And also from my experience in War Thunder, the Churchill with the 57 anti-tank gun has more penetration performance, has a better performance than the 75mm gun. Phase C we can call it Sherman, but I do not think the early model of the Sherman is appropriate for battle against the Germans in World War II. So instead I chose the Challenger, to bring in the Challenger. At least although the armor is about the same as weak as the Sherman, we got the 17-pounder gun on the Challengers. For support I got the Churchill Mark 5 and also the AVRE to provide large caliber fire support. Note this, they have a slow rate of fire because they shoot a large projectile. Then we got anti-tank section. We got the famous 17-pounder being towed by a Bedford truck, or we can choose a 17-pounder being untowed by a Stuart variant armored vehicle. Actually, I'm gonna bring the one with the Stuart. This is because if you use the truck, or same with recon infantry in jeeps, once you have designate a location for them to unload, the jeeps somehow disappeared, and for the rest of the battle, the two crew member will have to manually push the gun around the battlefield. Then we got a Wolverine, just to have a self-propel anti-tank tank destroyer to follow the tanks. For anti-air, we got some Bofors, which is also same, towed by the truck. Then we got the Crusader, which is a self-propelled anti-air gun. For artillery, I choose the Priest. Of course, they are only available in Phase B and C. It doesn't bother me. All I have to do is to just wait out until we entered Phase B and then Phase C. The 25 pounder is also a great weapon too. Problem is they are a static weapon, and in order to move them, the crew member have to move them. Since the truck will disappear once you unload them. Not sure if this Churchill observation post will be any use. It's just a tank with a dummy cannon, or the cannon is not available, since its main job is to call in indirect off-map fire support. I believe you're only allowed to call in free salvos or free RT strikes per vehicle. So after 3 vehicles, this thing would just be a huge steel box with nothing but machine guns. At the early stage, you can call in mortar support, but I don't use them since they have a low short range, and don't think we'll be needing artillery at Phase A. For air support, a new thing that has never been introduced back in, I think it has been introduced in RUSE, but not in Wargame. We got recon aircraft. You got this Oster recon aircraft. I'm gonna choose 2, so when one evacuates back to base to refuel, the other can deploy to the battlefield to relieve them. If you're playing PvP, you can also choose fighter aircraft. Since later on we'll just play PvE with the enemy have nothing but recon aircraft. Air superiority should not be a problem, and I'm just deploying close air support aircraft like the Typhoon AT, which carries 8 rockets. So yeah, this is just the British deck. And now we are taking a look at the US 2nd Infantry Division. This same as the 15th Infantry, it's a infantry division, so they rely heavily on infantry, and they are less motorized or mechanized. Well, they are motorized instead of mechanized, so they travel on trucks and jeeps. So we got recon troops, then the M8 Greyhound recon vehicle. We got some infantry riding in trucks. There's not much tanks to choose since it's infantry centered division. So you got the M4 Sherman DD, which is the variant where they put a canvas around it so it can float during the landing of Normandy. You got a command M4 Sherman. Not sure what's the difference between a normal Sherman and the command Sherman. Then you got the M4A1s. For support, we got some supply trucks, M7 Priest. Although this Priest is different from other Priests, it's not a indirect fire support vehicle. It's a direct support vehicle, so the vehicle itself needs to be in line of sight of the enemy in order to shoot it. So now we go on to anti-tank. We got the M1 anti-tank gun. Actually gonna call in the M5 instead because it has both AP and HE, so it's capable of attacking vehicle and personnel, and it has a longer range and penetration. Then I have the M10 Wolverine tank destroyer, same as the British. I chose two veteran M10 over 2 cards of 3 each. So let's hope we got more quality over quantity. For anti-air we got the Bofors, the M15. The M15 is the it looks like it's a half track with a autocannon and 250 cows. Could have chosen the M16, which is the quad 50 cal, but the M15 has a longer range for the autocannon to engage enemy fighters. For artillery, there's no self-propelled gun except the rocket truck. Don't really feel like using rocket artillery. You got the M3 light vehicle, acts as the forward observer. You got the M4 Sherman OP, and you got the motor. So I chose the towed howitzer, which is the 105 howitzer. It has to be towed by the truck. Once you untowed them, the truck disappeared, so for the rest of the journey the crew have to push the gun on their own. So for aircraft, the second infantry has one more slot available for aircraft. So I'm picking 2 recon aircraft, a card of 2 recon aircraft, 2 cards of 2 P-47 Thunderbolt that carries a 230 kilos of bomb. Then I got 2 cards of P-47 Thunderbolt, which has rocket. Actually gonna choose the P-38 Lightning over the Lightning over the Thunderbolt because it's carrying 2 times 450 kilograms of bomb, plus it has autocannon, so hopefully the aircraft will still be able to engage enemy vehicle after it deployed its bomb. Can save it. Now we have a look on the US 3rd Armored Division. It's an armored division, so heavily rely on tanks and heavy mechanized infantries. So for recon tab, we got all M8 recons. Infantry, since it's a armored division, so I'm not counting or expecting on much use on infantry, so only assigned 2 cards of mechanized infantry traveling on M3 half tracks. For tanks, we got the Stuart, the M4 Sherman. I'm taking 2 elite M4 Shermans in phase A. Then we got the M4A3, which is the later model of the Sherman, still has the 75 gun. We got the Jumbo. Hopefully this can act as the meat shield or the bullet magnet against the German tanks. So I intend to put them in the front behind other Shermans and the other anti-tank assets, so they can take the brunt of the German force. Then we got the M4A3 Sherman with the 76 gun. Hopefully the gun is powerful enough to take care of German Panzer IV and the Panther tanks. And for phase C, I'm taking 4 more jumbo as reinforcements. For support, I'm taking supply trucks. 3 for phase A, 5 for phase B. Then I have 2 Sherman with the 105mm howitzer as direct fire support. For anti-tank, surprisingly for an armored division, there is no self-propel anti-tank gun or tank destroyers. So I'm taking, in phase A, taking the M1 57mm anti-tank gun. Then in phase B and C, I'm taking the M5 with the 76mm anti-tank gun. For anti-air, I got Bofors, the M16 and the M15 gun motor carriage. For artillery, like I said, I'm not a big fan of rocket artillery, so not gonna be taking the Calliope. Not gonna take the forward observer post Sherman. Not taking the motor. I'm just gonna be taking the M7 Priest. For the aircraft tab, I got a card of 2 recon vehicles and 2 cards of P-38 Lightnings as a fighter bomber. So now we take a look at the German units. We got the 12th SS Panzer Division. This is an armored division. So recon got some infantry in recon vehicles and also light armored recon vehicles. For infantry, we got Panzer-Grenadiers traveling on the famous German half-track. For tanks, this is something special. For Germans, at least the 12th SS Panzer Division, they are employing captured Allied vehicles. So you got the Booty Firefly, which is a British Firefly with the 17-pounder gun, and they just paint Iron Cross over it to identify as to avoid being friendly fired by other German units. Instead of the Firefly, another vehicle, the alternate vehicle you're allowed to take in phase A is the Panzer II, which I don't think will be much good use against say M4A1 Sherman or the M5 Stuart tank. For phase B, you have been given a wide variety of vehicle. You got the Panzer IV-J, which is a predecessor of the Panzer IV-H. So this is a Panzer IV-H. It has a 75mm gun, got side skirt and on the hull and turret for extra protection on the side. Different on the J is the turret. They took off the turret motor, the motor for the turret drive, so the turret is hand crank instead of electrically driven, and they removed the side skirt on the side of the hull, so you lose some protection to the side. Then of course you got the BEF Panther. I think this is like the Panzer Buffalo wagon in the War Thunder premium German premium vehicles. You got the Panzer Buffalo wagon, the Panzer IV Buffalo wagon, then you got the Yak Panther Buffalo wagon. I think this is equivalent as the CMD M4 Sherman in the American side. It's a command vehicle. Not sure whether they will grant you more income point when you capture a sector, or it gives a morale boost to nearby friendly units. But definitely I can be sure that is they have 2 stars of experience compared to other Novus units. So the 2 stars represents experience of that particular unit. So it improves various stats depending on the unit type. So it improves the accuracy, morale, rate of fire, and also the optic range. So no star indicates regular troops with basic training, so they're pretty much recruit. 1 star indicates seasoned veteran. 2 stars indicate elite troops. So yeah, I'm definitely taking some elite Panther tanks. Then in phase C, there's 2 types of Panther tank. You got Panther D, which is early version, and you got the Panther G, which is more accurate. It has a more accuracy on it. Both has a 75mm gun, and they cost about the same. So I will be taking some elite Panther tanks for this SS division. So for support, I would be taking, so of course you take supply trucks. Note that in this game only ammo will be consumed. You don't have to worry about fuel. So supply truck only carry up munitions. So you don't have to worry about your units running out of gas halfway into the battle. Then you got this Grilly, which is a large caliber fire support vehicle. Well, for some flamethrower lovers, you will like this. You got the half track with 2 flamethrowers on the side. For anti-tank, I'm taking the Yat Panzer IV. Of course, the ideal unit will be the Pack 40. You can hide them in trees, but I don't feel like having 2 crew members dragging the gun and trying to catch up with armored units. For anti-tank, I got some Wind. It has 4 20mm guns, and I will have the Flak 88, and I think they are capable of engaging ground unit as well. Artillery, I'll be taking 3 cards of Hummel, but they're only available in phase C. The alternative will be a WAPS, which has a 105 gun. The Hummel has a 150 gun. I'd rather wait for phase C for a better unit. For aircraft, of course, gonna be taking a card of Recon, and 2 cards of Fokker Wolf, which carries each carry a 500 kilogram bomb. Other units carry a smaller bombs, but more of them, I rather they carry a big bomb. Some carry rockets. Not sure, haven't tried German, playing as German, so I'm not sure whether all this, which aircraft performs better. So I guess we'll see. Then we have a mechanized division. This is the 17th SS Panzer-Grenadier division. Recon troops, recon vehicle, all the troops that are equipped with anti-tank weapons. For tanks, there's not much to choose from since it's a mechanized division, so gonna be taking Panzer Buffalo Wagon 4H and the Stuck 4. support munition for the support tab, munition truck, and a large caliber fire support vehicle. For anti-tank, gonna bring in the Marder 3 and Pack 43s, which is a 88mm anti-tank gun. For anti-air, leaves me just, I don't really have much choice but to choose motorized anti-air units, so I'm just taking the half tracks. For artillery, they are all either towed artillery or mortar units or Nebelwerfers, so I'll be taking the all these like towed howitzers. Aircraft, recon aircraft. Unlike the 12th Panzer Division, the 17th SS Panzer-Grenadiers are allowed to have the Ju-87 D model, which is the Stuka. So I got a feeling I will be needing a lot of close air support, so I'm gonna be taking 3 cards of them. Alternatively, if you want more firepower, you can choose the Ju-88, which is a heavy bomber. And finally you got an airborne division or an infantry division. This is the 91st Luftwaffes. So lots of infantry. My first priority is to pick infantry that has anti-armor capability. Recon, they don't have recon vehicles. They're all infantry-based recon units. For tanks, we have the Panzer 3H for phase B, although I can take a stock 3G. I prefer Panzer 3 because it has a turret and it can act as the infantry support vehicle. But I'm not sure whether it will stand a chance against the American Shermans. Then I got the stock 3G. It has a side skirt compared to stock 3. Should give us more armor to the side. For anti-tank, standard towed anti-tank gun, Pack 40. Got the Marder 3. Gonna bring lots of Marder 3 because we don't have powerful armored units. For anti-tank, anti-air, we got static anti-air gun and the famous 88mm gun. Not sure if the truck will disappear once it's deployed at the designated location. For artillery, we got some self-propelled artillery gun. For the aircraft, air support tab, recon aircraft, Messerschmitt Me 109 with 2 rocket pods, Focke-Wulf 190 with 4 50kg bombs, and this HS 129 aircraft, like the one in War Thunder, it has a 75mm gun mounted at the belly, so this is gonna be the main armament of the aircraft. So now we are in a 3 versus 4 match. We got 3 on the Allies team, including myself, and 2 AI on medium difficulty, and we have 4 AI on the Axis side. Since the deck they're using is heavily handicapped, so I'm just gonna set them on very hard. So gonna deploy as much unit I'm allowed to. Anti-tank guns. Anti-air. And recon planes, and we are ready to go.
Red 6, mount it up. We're the cavalry. It would be bad form to arrive too early.
So just to speed up the gameplay, I'm gonna accelerate the game speed. Gonna call in recon aircraft. Okay, we've spotted enemy unit. Oh, that's lots of them.
Engage on sight. I'll get you there as soon as possible.
Gonna unload my AT guns. Gonna fall back the half track because the anti-tank gun and the rovers are useless if half track had been destroyed. That is a lot of enemy. Shermans are engaging their 50 cows. Gonna put it back to normal game speed. Press on with these Shermans.
Recon team, ready.
Enemy infantry is being pinned down in the open. We have destroyed several armored vehicles and Panzer II. Gonna order the all the tanks to focus on infantry. I mean vehicles first. Panzer II suffers a weapon damage, and it's falling back. And it's down.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna engage this light armored vehicle. Gonna call in a supply munitions truck, ammo truck, free supply my tanks since they are low on. armored vehicle here, and they are behind this large wooded area. Do not want to expose the side of my Sherman to these free vehicles. Our recon plane is evacuating because it's low on fuel. Now I'm sending relief unit.
War Daddy to Red Leader. I am listening. Gordo, bring us there.
So we are 30 minutes before we are in phase B, gonna speed up, accelerate the game speed.
Roger. Ready for some fireworks?
So we are about 1 minute before we're into phase B. "30 seconds more." And now we're in phase B. Gonna call in the Thunderbolts, more tanks, jumbos. Don't see we are in need of infantry as of now. Gonna call in more recon vehicles. Gonna call in the Sherman 105s. We're still good on anti-air. We're still good on anti-tank, anti-howitzers.
Standing by. How bad is enemy AA over there? Awaiting instructions.
Looks like one of the AI has reached enemy spawn point, so they're now still just camping there. Now we are seeing a large concentration of enemy armor. So now my intention is to continue hug along the border of the map to continue flanking right. So now
Give us a
gonna
good firing position.
mount my anti-tank gun and the bolters back on their half tracks. We're
Ready,
gonna be
sir.
a fast transit.
Ready, sir?
Gonna order my units to travel fast to around here.
Roger that. Where do you need us? Gotta go fast.
Ready, sir. I know a shortcut.
Hand me the binoculars, Private. I haven't got a day, Private. Red 6, mounted up. Waiting for fire coordinates. Take care.
This will be a tough fight because my Shermans are outgunned and outraged by this all these Panzer force.
Extra eye, sir. Hand me the binoculars,
Gonna spray on my
Private.
M8s.
I hear you. I love it. So many positive waves.
Gonna unload my anti-tank guns.
I'll get you there as soon as possible. Where are we headed?
Roger. Go and shoot anything. Yes, sir. Red 6, mounted up. I hear you. Loud and clear.
I got him.
Ready to fire. On the road again. Yes,
Good
sir.
thing about this game is there's no base building, there's no FOB. You have limited units in the start, so you don't have to worry about like a huge tank spam traveling down the highway to your base like back in Wargame Red Dragon. At the start of the match you see all these T-34s and T-55 rushing into your base.
Carried away, sir. Where's your transport?
Gonna move all my units in to form a firing line along this crossroad.
Take care, boys. Recon team, ready. Ready to fire.
Gonna set up the ultimate here.
Moving on to no firing position.
I'll let you off at these coordinates.
Good hit, good hit. Let's roll. Ready for flight. Hey.
suppress enemy armor.
Taxi ready. Glad to see somebody knows where we're going. What's up, sir?
Gonna orientate my AT gun defense here. I'm calling one more 75 AT gun and 57 gun. Gonna call in closer forces with a large concentration of enemy armor.
They're as good as dead.
Setting up, sir.
We have taken out one counter force. There's still lots there.
Sir. Yes. Perhaps
Gonna
maybe
order
around.
my AT gun
Just in
position.
case. Get ready, boys. Roger. Gun ready.
Nice shooting, Gunner.
What's up, sir?
Good hit.
He's burning.
Understood.
One more kill.
Artillery at your orders.
One more kill.
Gonna call in logistics support.
Artillery at your orders. Adjusting
Gonna
on
RT
target.
that place, attacking the remaining of the enemy
Good hit.
infantry
Good
units.
hit. Where do you need us? Engage on sight. We're listening. Nice shooting, Gunner. We're listening.
Take any more. Stop here. What's up, sir? Beware of crowds.
Oh, my AT guns are being pinned down.
Nice shooting, Gunner.
Yep, AT guns and the recon are taking hit. And I just lost 2 AT guns.
Nice shooting, Gunner. How bad is enemy AA over there?
Yes? I'll get you there as soon as possible.
I hear you loud and clear. Good hit. Good hit.
We got large enemy armor concentration
Smash
there.
him. Good hit. Good hit. We're listening.
Gun ready. Roger. Where are we headed?
Ready, sir?
I got him. Ready to blast some tanks, sir.
Good hit. Good hit. Red 6, mounted up.
My tanks are currently low on ammo.
Hand me the binoculars,
To
Private.
rearm.
Waiting for
My
fire.
artillery are doing good in suppressing enemy.
We stop here.
rearm, ready for the next
One more kill.
fire mission.
Where are we headed?
Good hit. Good hit. In the rear with the gear. Wilco out. Nice shooting, gunner.
We can't take any more.
Gonna call in even more artillery.
They look like ants from up here.
Yes, sir. I'll get you there as soon as possible. Yes? One more kill.
Ready to pound them, sir. Good hit. Good hit. Red 6, mount it up. I heard there were tigers in this area.
Ready, sir.
Nice shooting, gunner.
Driver, put it in gear.
Another one bites the dust.
Taxi ready. At your orders, sir.
Nice shooting, gunner.
Ready to fire, sir.
All ammo spent. Move. I'll watch for ambushes.
Ready, sir.
Forward. At your orders.
He's burning.
Red 6, mount it up. Forward.
He's burning.
Yes, sir.
Stop here. One more kill.
We still have a large enemy armor
Fire. Smash
concentration.
'em.
Perfect target for aircraft and artillery and bombers.
Yes? Go in there. AA guns ready.
Another one bites the dust.
Bombs away! Boom! Nice one. P-32. P-38.
Burning.
We're operational.
Stop here.
Go 200. 6 rounds. Over.
Out of ammo. Moving the gun, sir. One more kill.
Yes, sir.
So we are beginning our main push. Gonna have jumbos lead the way.
Awaiting orders. Another one bites the dust.
Let's have a look around. Scouts, at your orders.
Guns primed and ready. Gordo, bring us there. Awaiting orders.
just receive more artillery reinforcements. This is gonna be hell of a hard to spam. Gonna focus here.
Fire! Smash him!
He's burning. Get ready, boys. This gun ain't easy to move.
Good hit. Good hit. Yes, sir. Good hit. Good hit.
Oh, we just lost a jumbo.
One more still.
Ready to roll fuel. Gun timed and ready.
Gonna focus on their spawn point.
Radio check red 1 through 6. Over. Ready, sir?
Roger.
Good hit. Good hit.
Carry it away, sir. I'll get you there as soon as possible.
Direct hit.
Oh my god.
One more still.
Very nice.
Be ready. Take care. This plane.
Gonna keep on
Fragile.
push.
Yes, sir. Another one right center. Some extra eyes, sir.
76. Fall.
Direct hit.
Stop here.
Nice shooting, gunner. I love it. So many positive waves. Start the engine. We're moving. What are our orders, sir?
What's up, sir? He's burning.
Radio check red 1 through 6.
The jumbo are taking the brunt of the
We're heading to Wesley.
violence. How many tanks are they like? And then keep already spamming their spawn.
6 rounds. Over.
Understood. Over. What are your orders?
Gonna call in bombers.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Direct hit.
All right. I'm out of here. Scout, at your orders. That one.
Another one right center.
All of this artillery.
Direct hit.
Okay, now teammate is like blocking my visual on my units. Gonna divert them. Gonna keep on
Yes, sir.
push.
See you around. Move away. What are our orders, sir? Direct hit. Direct hit.
Enemy surrender. Gonna order my tank group to push into the town's center.
We're the cavalry. It would be bad for them to arrive too early. Waiting for fire orders. Fire! Smash them!
Artillery ready for fire mission. Gonna call in recon plane to spot for artillery.
Roger.
Radio check, red 1 through 6. Over. Radio check, red 1 through 6. Over.
Oh man. Awesome. I think we just took out the enemy tank.
Where do you want it? Are you sure it's safe there? Let's go. They're waiting on us.
Give us a good firing position.
You have a target, sir?
Point out the target.
Awaiting instructions.
Gonna help out teammate. Gonna engage these two Panzer 4H hiding in the bushes. Nope, they're leaving. Cancel the fire mission.
Target neutralized. I'm attacking control.
What are our orders, sir? Let's roll.
I'm out. Over.
Bombs away.
Target neutralized.
Nice one.
Let's roll. Do you have a target, sir? War Daddy to Red Leader. I am. Good hit. Good hit. Berlin or bust.
Gonna push across the river.
Good hit. Good hit.
They look like ants from up here.
So we have controlled 3 major reinforcement points of the enemy, so they cannot call in reinforcements anymore.
Nice shooting, Gunner.
So now we're basically won the match, and now we're just doing just mopping up remnants of the enemy forces,
Roger.
and all the tanks are stuck on the bridge. Got 1 tank here.
Yes, sir.
Artillery is out of range.
Armor ready. I'll love it. So many positive waves.
All the dead tanks on the field.
Do you have a target, sir?
Still got one last tank over there.
Will do, sir. Eye in the sky.
The recon plane is about to outfuel and gonna
Roger, bogey down.
order him to evac,
Awaiting order.
and we just won the match. So let's see, what did I lose? Several 80 gun and a jumbo. Let's see, 80 gun killed a lot of tanks, same for the M4 and the M8. Artillery did some damage too. My aircraft did tons of damage, especially the P-38 Lightning. So yeah, this is gonna be the end of this gameplay. I hope you guys like it. I'll be doing more PvE battle with other battle groups, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'll see you around. Peace.